Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for clicking in. All right, so I've got a few articles to bring out. Where we're going to go with this? I don't. I have seen the hopium thrown around the room in other places. You know, I would love to be able to have that and it be successful. And what I'm alluding to is that John Durham currently is testifying to Congress. And y'all hungry? Because it might be a nothing burger. I mean, I'm just going to be like this. I'm sorry. But from what I've seen and how everything is rolling out, there's just all this stuff right here. It brings people up and then just drops them right back down. It's almost like it's meant to happen, like it's supposed to bring you out of stress and right back into stress. Out of stress and into stress, because we get all excited and we say, wow, you know, there's something going on. Wow, look at what Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying about, you know, articles of impeachment and all this stuff. And we're going to censor Adam Schiff, and we're going to get these people. We've got a slim majority in the House. It's not big enough to do anything. We've only got a slim majority. If we did anything, it would just look bad. That's what the Republicans say. Meanwhile, Marjorie Taylor Greene is eating strawberries out of Kevin McCarthy's lap, signing in with the debt ceiling and helping to put in the 87,000 IRS agents. That'll be quite handy to go after all those millions of zillions of billionaires that they need. I want you to do a mathematical equation real quick when it comes to 87,000 IRS agents. You divide that by 50 or 51. That's a lot of numbers per those states. And I'm talking about states, by the way. Think about that. Think about 87,000 IRS agents being dispersed evenly amongst 50 states and how many there would be per county. Certain states have 100 counties, some of them have 75, some of them have a few more. But either way, you do those numbers into those numbers, and you realize that you're going to have some people that need something to do. They just can't be sitting around all day because there's so many billionaires in each state that they need to make sure they stay on top of this. And they're all going to be really, really, really qualified for their job because of their stature and all the education and the fairness that they were taught in these wonderful colleges that they went to get to that point. So, rest easy, guys. It'd be great. But anyways, let me slide over here to out of the way as I kind of stall us a little bit while I do this with my clicky click. And I appreciate you guys hanging out and being cool with my little production I got here. I'm not able to do as much editing as I want to, like I used to in my other videos, because of the fact that I have quite an extensive flow of work that has came in, which is a blessing, but a double-edged sword when it comes to just having free time. Elon Musk declares that the certain pronouns are going to be, and if you can see right here, I'm not going to say them because of the fact that it's a trigger word for the thing on the thing that does the thing with the thing. You know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, this is considered slurs. These nouny nouns, and the Twitter they can be punishable with suspension because it's slurs. It'd be like same thing if I said, "Hey, MTG, you suck," and I hit tweet. And they say, and a little thing comes up and says, some people don't like that. Do you still want to tweet that? And I hit, yes, I do. Or if I shoot a bunch of middle fingers to whatever, whoever, voicing my opinion peacefully, anyway. So he's gonna kind of crack down on some of that stuff because it's not a good idea to promote those kind of things to the little ones. So thank you, Elon. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And it says here, Elon Musk's Twitter disbanded its Trust and Safety Council in December, not long after the self-described free speech absolutists bought. Oh, by the way, this is a lefty or thingy, so we're going to read into their lefty mentality. Bought a special media platform, but while council is gone, it seems as if the tech tycoon himself is deciding what will be considered hate speech on the site based on his own private views. Now, I think he's kind of tested the water so far as, has been. I think it's kind of obvious that he's not alone in his thought process. A bunch of Christians got together and had a big rally, and that was really cool. I like to see that. In March, the Tesla SpaceX told his millions of followers that he found this thing, that thing, to be personally, I mean, it's a word, it's a nouny noun, to be personally offensive, and it appears that it will be indexed for term use that could result in an account suspension for those who employ it. Yeah. Which now TikTok is like, well, we'll take all those people. We'll take them on Instagram. Yeah, we'll take all those people. We'll get them all. Heck yeah. All right. But anyways, thanks. I appreciate Elon for doing that. I don't know if I should trust him or not yet. I'm still Elon. Look, no offense, dude. Takes 10 years to build a reputation, 10 minutes to mess it up. You talked about putting brain chips in people's heads and all this stuff, and I seen that monkey. It scared me. I didn't like it. Special counsel John Durham testifies before House Judiciary starting at 9 a.m. Everybody, get your plates and your forks and some A1 sauce because there's going to be nothing burger served right after this. Because none of it's, who? Oh, Merrick Garland, you better do something. Merrick Garland says, I'm too busy still hiding stuff from the Murrell building from the Timothy McVeigh thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google who was the lead investigator on the Murrell City bombing in Oklahoma with Timothy McVeigh, and you'll be like, anyhow. Special counsel John Durham released at this final report earlier this month in his investigation of the launch of the Trump-Russia collusion hoax. By his top intelligence, Durham concluded that FBI had no verified intel when it opened Crossfire Hurricane. Sounds familiar, by the way. Did you know that Adam Schiff actually named that thing that he did to Trump Crossfire Hurricane because he really liked the song? This is no joke. Really, this is out of his own mouth. Liked the song by the Rolling Stones, and it had the term Crossfire Hurricane in it. I can't remember the name of the song, but that was some of the, might have been the name of the song. Anyway, it had to do with the Rolling Stones. You know, he just so progressive, you know, he thought maybe he could put some of his era of intelligence and music in there. Kind of handy, but Peter Strzok opened a counter-investigation into Trump's camp dubbed Crossfire Hurricane Suspicious based on zero evidence, and we came to find out it's totally bogus. That was totally bogus. You can actually say that, and it's okay now. Everybody's cool. Even CNN even kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, CNN. Former CNN producer sentenced to 19 years in prison for doing some stuff to a small person. Yep. This is the guy right here. I mean, he looks totally normal and totally happy. I mean, you know, nothing to worry about there. But this former producer, John Griffin, who is 45 years old, with the mentality you could tell by his facial expressions that his mom would wish that he would hurry up and finish cleaning the gutters, was fired from the network after he was arrested. In December, Griffin pleaded guilty to using interstate commerce to entice and coerce the people, these little people, and it was the female people, to engage in a thing that was an activity of stuff that was, anyways, in exchange for the state dropping 2 charges of the incitement of a minor. At the time of his arrest, Justice Department issued a statement saying from April to July 2020, Griffin utilized the messaging applications Kik and Google Hangouts to communicate with people perpetrating to be parents of minor daughters, conveying to them, among their other ideas, that a woman is... Anyways, so long story short, CNN, wow, way to go. You do a wonderful job at diversity, hiring people. This here, Marxist Ketanji Brown Jackson husband comes from a line of people who used to... crack the whip. Can I say that? So her husband, by the way, is a straight white male of I guess you would want to call, he's a slur. Elon Musk would say that's a slur if he used that one. But anyhow, what a strange coincidence. This Supreme Court Justice, Ketanji Brown Jackson, is a far left person who is, during her hearings for the U.S. Senate, Jackson could not define what a woman was. Don't want to do that. And just couldn't. She's not a biologist, guys. And so I really would appreciate it if you just leave her alone. But it was beyond her scope of expertise that she said. During a recent Supreme Court case, the Brown Jackson argued that the Christmas classic "It's a Wonderful Life" is a fader for, or fodder. I'm sorry, whatever. It's for the Supreme Pizzas. Obviously, she has not taken seriously the public at large. She's just so obsessed with the race and all this stuff. You know, it's not NASCAR race either, guys. It's a totally different race. As surprised when she found out recently her husband comes from a line of the people who used to crack the whip. Not Devo either, by the way. Crack that. Do. Well, And this, oh, it's even there was a woman on like public television, PBS, and then the guy was like, "Hey, we found your bloodline," and it turns out that they actually came over with Christopher Columbus, the colonizer. Oh, anyways, and I'll get myself big real quick. When I talk with my big self, let's get big self. All right, here we go. So, if you guys out there know that there's people stuck in a submarine, and they went down there to go look at the Titanic. That was totally totally not an accident. That thing supposedly hit an iceberg that had some people in it that dealt with us getting back on the gold standard, getting away from the Rothschilds, and there was another couple of really intricate figures on that ship that was supposed to not be able to be sunk because of all the safety mechanisms that for some reason didn't work, weren't engaged to keep the ship from. That is ironic. It's just strange how that works out. But anyways, so these people went down there to go look at it because they've got to go look at it. They want to go see the wreckage because of the act. It was just accidental. Nothing to see here. Turns out that the people that were running the submarine were cutting edge, progressive people who were good for the ESG scores. Yeah, that and you'll find out. You're going to see some articles come out. But anyhow, those people went down to the bottom of the sea with some people who had pink and blue hair that were totally qualified for the job, and now they're kind of stuck down there tapping and hoping for the best. Okay, check this out, guys. You think for 1 second that it's that hard to find that submarine down there? Do you think it's that hard? I know that the bottom of the sea can be kind of weird and wonky, but I'm pretty sure from what I've seen in technology that it's just not talked about. I am absolutely sure that there's no way that they couldn't not find this thing. I mean, really, dude, like that's just the beach thing I've ever seen. So that's weird that they can't find it. They hear tapping sound on the sonar. But if it was, I'm just saying, think about being in a submarine, and the next thing you know, you're in a sub altercation with another sub, and you've got sonar, and you can pick out that ping from somebody dropping something inside a submarine 30 miles north in the sea, and you hear it on your sonar, and you right to it. But these people can't find, so people just floating down there hoping for the best. Something's weird because there's a couple people on that's kind of like high-end figures, and maybe it's their time to go. I don't know, but it's just strange that all this took place, and now that we can't find a damn thing, it's hard to find. Anyhow, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm just kind of bringing you some stuff to kind of help you piece things together and hope for the best. But right now, basically, let's just stick together. We all need to unite on both ends of the political spectrum, because obviously it's a unit party. There's not Republicans, there's not Democrats. It's just a bunch of people trying to do a bunch of weird stuff that isn't right. And we need to find the people who are doing something right and put them on a pedestal regardless of what political ideology they have, because that's what it's going to take to save this country, is to unite. You just get mad at somebody because they got a D and an R in front of the name. You hadn't realized the game yet. So please like, subscribe, and share. Let everybody know what's going on. Have a good one, and I'm so much out.